Hello everyone, I am here to explain the theory of political obligation by T.H. Green. I am going to explain 4 chapters A, B, C, D. So let's start with the introduction. The political obligation is an essential broader philosophy of T.H. Green. He shows the relationship between individual, society and the state. When the individual own his moral and legal duties toward the state, he protect the common goods for all. Now let's start with the chapter first, which is human nature and common goods. In this chapter, Green believes that humans are social beings who achieve their highest potential by contributing to the welfare of the community. He argued that individuals are not just a part of a community, but their moral development depends on active participation in the society. The common good is not just about the material benefit, but it's also about the moral and spiritual growth. Each person's well-being is tied to overall well-being of the society and the state. Green emphasized that the cooperation between individuals is essential to create a harmonious society. This is chapter first. Now let's move to the chapter 2, which is the role of the state. The state exists as a moral institution, but not merely to enforce law, but to create a condition for the humans. The state provides the framework for individuals to achieve their highest potential, but ensuring justice, education, and social goods of others. The state legitimacy comes from the ability to represent the collective will and promote the welfare of its citizens. A like thinker who viewed that state is a necessary evil, but he saw it as a positive force for enabling the development for individual and its community. This is chapter 2. Now let's start with the chapter 3, which is moral basis of political obligation. Political obligation arise a moral duty to support state because it works for the common good. Individual obey the law of the state not for out of the fear, but because they recognize state role in promoting justice and equality. Laws are not articulated command but are rooted in moral principle. They help maintain order and create opportunity for individual to grow. Supporting the state is seen as a duty of because the state enable individual to fulfill their responsibility to the community. Now let's start with chapter 3, which is moral basis of political obligation. Political obligation arise from a moral duty to support the state because it works for all or for their common goods. Individuals obey the law not out of the fear because they recognize for to promote equality and justice among all. Law are not ultimate command but are rooted in moral principle. They help to maintain, create opportunity for individual to grow. Supporting the state is seen as a duty because the state enable individual to fulfill their responsibility to the community. This is chapter 3. Now let's move on to chapter 4, which is freedom and political obligation. Green redefined freedom as the ability to realize one's moral and rational potential rather than just the absence of external constraint. True freedom is a positive freedom involves living a meaningful life which requires opportunity provided by the state such as education, healthcare and justice. The state role in freedom: the state helps individuals achieve positive freedom by removing barriers such as poverty, ignorance, and the discrimination. Connection to obligation: political obligation arise because owing the state ensure the freedom and individual of all members of society. However, obligation depends on whether the state act in the interest of the common goods. This is all the chapter. Now conclude all the 4 chapters. So chapter A, B, C and D shows how human nature, the role of state, moral principle and the concept of freedom are interconnected in T.H. Green principle of political obligation. Green emphasized that political obligation is rooted in the state ability to promote justice, equality and the common goods, enabling individual to achieve their fullest potential. So this is all for this video. Thank you.